Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition. So it's time to do these additional campaigns. So we're doing Argyle's Tomb. Let's hop into it and see what happens. We're starting, I suppose, with very little wrath, and it really looks like most of our setup here is just kind of based on maybe what our save file would have been on the New Game Plus. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that these three DLC elements are kind of just dungeons. Extra dungeons that, for one reason or another, they decided not to integrate into the main game.
You trade words like I trade coin, Ryder. You give little and you take much. How's this for a bargain? For a moment of your time, I'll give you a tale and an opportunity.
So this is probably going to be built around Othstagon.
Upon the eternal throne, there was another, more ancient king of the dead. His name was Argyll. Argyll the Mad. His reign lasted for eons until he was betrayed by the Lord of Bones. Yes. Now, this tale is no great secret, but for one detail lost to the ages. The location of Argyll's tomb. The Lord of Bones cast the tomb out of the underworld, so Argyll would not be able to draw upon its power. Since then, knowledge of the tomb and its location have faded into the mists of time. And but Ostegarth remembers.
Alright, so tell me about Argyle. Now, this must be taking place sort of in between the events of the main game. It can't be past the events of the main game, and it can't really, I think, be before, because you wouldn't have known this character. And I'm really wondering, why not just integrate this dungeon into the main game? Also, since I did a New Game Plus, does that mean I've already missed an opportunity in which I could have done this DLC, then started the New Game Plus, then done the DLC a second time? And see, I really don't even care what Ostegarth has to say, so I'm just kind of not paying attention.
What can you tell me about Argyll? Well, he was considered utterly insane.
The lip movements are not matching what he's saying at all.
A coming darkness that would spread through realms of life and death. Corruption. No. He spoke of the Riders. Browse to your heart's content.
So what do we've got? We've got a bunch of level 23 elements. And probably not anything that's super important. Like, I don't think we're going down this route.
We must seize this opportunity to find the source.
Yeah, I don't want to buy items. I don't want to deal with any of that. I want to just kind of rush through what I hope is one sort of big dungeon, since we have two more of these.
In return for annihilating the source of Argyll's strength, I can offer you a great reward.
I don't believe there will be anything here. What is this? If an item this powerful will fall into the wrong hands. So, Absolution. Absolution never spoke of where he acquired his axe. Absolution But Absalom never talked about where he got his axe absolution. But there is no doubt that it is no common tool. Will absolution channels the righteous fury of the wielder into a powerful blast that slow enemies down and knock down the foes. So, yay, we've got a new weapon, which is probably kind of a corruption-like attack. And I guess we could take a moment and toggle a quest. Find a way, find the Keeper of Secrets, search the Shadowlands, recover the Spire Key. So there's like 3 quests we have to begin with, and no collectibles or crystals or anything like that. So I think we're kind of cool with that. Explore the strange cave, sure. This is a straight up, like, World of Warcraft thing. Walk down a path, find a strange cave. In a strange cave, you find a gun. Do I really want to use this gun? I must have my Horde Seeker enabled. This really feels like we could be in the void area where you start the game. That maybe would just in a slightly different area. Is this really faster than... Like, this is not the experience I would want. I really hate this run and gun section stuff. And I guess I kind of want a quick experience, so it's not terrible that we're going through something like this. But boys, is not playing with the scythe. This is just like the section we did before on Earth, where the whole game is built around just using the gun. So I'm kind of wondering, am I going to run into... I thought there was another path this way, but I guess there isn't. Like... Am I gonna run into a quick time fast travel location, or is this just gonna be a cave that I run around and that'll be it? I could see the idea of adding content like this. There was so much that you couldn't grind on, and it feels like maybe the definitive edition changed things. We should also ask, what difficulty am I playing on, by the way? Definitive. So I've gone from the easiest difficulty to the hardest difficulty, and I'm not really feeling any difference. Maybe we'll run into some kind of explanation or reasoning for that later. It could be that these guns are simply overpowered regardless of what position. Seems like these bullets also have a homing ability of sorts. It's possible I'm missing some things. And these guys do seem like they might have a little bit of a tendency to try and get behind you. And of course, every time I turn around, then that lets them. We really didn't do a lot of going up angles. Like, so maybe there was something with the engine that took a little bit more programming to have slopes in the game. That's a little hard to believe. Yeah, that's really, really hard to believe if that was the case. More likely it was just something that they didn't think of, and instead they decided to have stairs and jumps and platforming. Since this game is technically supposed to be a platformer, although you do very little of it, it would make sense to not have slopes and instead have places where you jumped up on and climbed. There's no area targeting as far as I can tell. So hitting these guys in the head versus hitting them just on the body seems to mostly do the exact same thing. Or actually 100% do the exact same thing. And I could kind of see the strategy if you were taking on just wave after wave of these characters and you were trying to place bombs in specific places so that it would blow up large groups of people. But this is pretty boring, and it's not handing me experience as much as it's handing me loot. And I don't feel like I really need loot. We're so far towards the end of the game. Yeah, I could see like a shooting gallery idea. Get really far and try and sniper these characters. But there's a little too much of this. Like, this would have been good, say, right after dungeons. picking up a gun at the end of each dungeon and running down a pathway, doing the equivalent of the Indiana Jones boulder. Well, it wouldn't be quite like that, but just a long hallway where you were rewarded with a gun section and a lot of enemies to kill. See, this seems like a big dungeon area. Let's see, wouldn't this be crazy if this is Argyle? Like, what would the other things be? Nah, it's just an ice giant. If I wasn't holding a gun right now, I could just be using my goblins. This guy's dead. Here's a new ice giant for us. Couple ice giants for us to fight. What I don't have growing right now is arcane power. Need to get away from these guys, or they're gonna find ways to do some major damage to me. The reloading element really sucks, because you kind of just have to take a break. More of these guys? Seriously? Wow. That was crazy. We're getting like vibration animation glitch. I don't know if they're glitches so much as they are as intended. Depictions. Like, I don't feel like I needed to fight 5 of these at the same time. But this also makes me feel like maybe that this will be the only ice giants we defeat. Hey, and there is something we just haven't seen in any other part of the game. A portal back to the beginning. And I get another skill point. Let's see. And this was the way we came, I believe. Or no, these are just kind of walls. There's nothing over here. And there's nothing. We might as well take the gun with us. Exit dungeon. Yeah, we so desperately needed that. And we're right in front of him. And so that was one bit of the dungeon. And I don't want to get too crazy. Let's just continue to purchase things until we have everything lit up. Actually, I probably should put a thing into bless. Still haven't figured out this menu so long. So, unless one of these was like upgradable, which I don't think any of them are, I have no possessed weapons, so it'd be really crazy to use any of those. none of these items I'm picking up satisfy my desire for more experience. And we do have the Hordes. We don't have the Horde Seeker equipped. Interesting. We had Arcane and Experience equipped. So let's do this a little bit more. You know, I have so much money, it's ridiculous not to come over here and buy some potions. But I don't want to mess with the items I'm picking up. Probably should go this way next. And each of these quests seem to have no, like, they don't seem to point in any direction. Alright, so if that was a cave designed to have us attack and fight people, I wonder if this Frostbite Crypt might be more of a puzzle dungeon like we've seen before. We need to come back and re-equip this and re-equip this. Let's see. So, what's the trick here? We can hear monsters on the other side of that. Once I have the laser, I could spin this thing and, like, I don't know exactly what the point of that would be. We've got to get the lantern attached first anyways. Okay, so there's some kind of trick that we don't know yet. Next room. No longer do we have the gun. We're playing Definitive Edition with the Horde Seeker item. So theoretically, I should be able to just kill these. Let's see. So let's say this portal works with the other portal. Okay, now I see what this is trying to do. It's trying to open this door. Alright. We've got some square stairs. Press shoot void onto void surface. Like, yeah, we've done that before, game. I don't see a reason why I'd want to void myself through the place I'm at right now. Probably do want to break this. Like, unless there's some major ability that I don't know of to jump up here and come down and smash that. Yeah. I don't see a reason for that. I guess I don't really need to break things either. There's a way I can portal over there. So this does feel like it's it's a bit more of a puzzly section. Okay, so now we are on this side. And what does that accomplish for us? I guess what we're gonna do is hit this now. Which I guess I needed to be shot out strongly out of that portal. And not, I thought I was gonna do a wall slide. Okay. So pick up this, toss it straight through there. That opens the doorway. Cool, cool. And then I want to go up here. To get the chest. And I'm hoping I don't need... Oh, I guess I had to jump. I'm hoping I don't need... Third time's the charm. Fourth time's the charm. These controls never really did get quite right. They're a little janky. Yeah. I'll just take one. Actually, I just picked up 3 of those, and I only was supposed to have taken 1. I don't think there's another place to go, so I think I am supposed to go back this way. And then... I guess I'm supposed to fall down that way. Okay. Guess that works. More of these hallways. I guess we didn't ever fight a frost version of this kind of enemy. And we can see my my resistance is not high enough to really handle something like this. Might as well hit these guys and break them free. I think I'm gonna have to use both health and wrath. It's odd we're playing on Definitive Edition and these guys don't feel that hard. Like, maybe we'll find that they get stronger later. Or maybe because this game is just designed to level itself to whatever level the character is, as any kind of loot dropping game would. This is sort of the same case for Borderlands, you probably, with very few incidences, could take on Borderlands on its most difficult setting and not have too much of a drastic difference than if you're playing it on its easiest setting. These guys are... These are powerhouses, though. And my gnomes, my necromancy ability is not doing enough. Interesting. It's kind of funny. Like, let's see. Let's just turn it back down to the easiest setting. Like, sure, you could. Changing the difficulty will result in the reward being lowest based on the lowest difficulty setting. So you want to change it? Yes. I'm not going to get all the achievements anyways, and there certainly are achievements based on that. See, now I'm set for this fight, and I bet next time we find out that it is rather easy. 30 minutes in, so we're going to get a new timer. This doesn't strike me like it is going to be a huge map. And if this is a dungeon and the overworld is a dungeon, it's kind of a dungeon within a dungeon with no overworld map. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be too much actual gameplay here. Some of these attacks that we unlocked in the main game may not actually be unlocked in this, as certainly some of our abilities are missing. And I guess there's nothing really else to talk about or deal with. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. When you subscribe, please click the notification bell. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me even further, gift me a game on Steam. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.